This is my DDD deck profile for, I guess, November and December 2025. I took this to the locals last week or the week before that. Went 3-1. Only loss was a double game loss, unfortunately. But this deck's really strong, really fun. I would actually recommend picking it up. It can be a little complex, but I think the fun comes from the complexity. Although I will say the combos are obnoxiously long. Like, I would not want to play against this deck, but let's get into it. We'll start with the starters. So we have 3 Kepler. You search his gate. And then to pair with the Kepler, I played 1-for-1. I am not playing the DDD, Count Surveyor? I'll probably put it up on the screen. I don't have a copy of it, so I wanted one other consistency piece. I chose 1-for-1. The next 3 Doom Queen Mashinex. When the turn you activate it in the Pendulum Scale, you can place a Dark Contract face up in your spell and trap zone, which is really strong, and then has another effect where it can summon itself back out from the extra deck, which is really good. And then 3 Gate. This is usually what you're searching off Kepler. It just searches your DDDs and all the Dark Contracts. You take 1,000 during your standby phase, which did actually come up at locals quite a bit. And then the 1 Nightmare Throne, just as another way to search Kepler. Although I will say, when you start with Kepler, you're very susceptible to Droll and Lockbird, so I would consider cutting this and probably playing Dark Spirit Mastery instead to search this, because if you get drolled on this, you still get to place your contract face up. So that is it for the starters. I think there were 11, so I like 12, but 11 was fine. And there's a bunch of 2-card combos. So then the rest of the DD cards, 3 Griffin. If you control DD, you can special summon it. And then if it's Pendulum summoned, you can discard a DD Dark Contract and draw 1 card. Or if it's summoned from the graveyard, you can add a DD card from your deck to your hand. And being level 4 is super important for this deck. Next we have Scale Surveyor, which is effectively the same thing, but if you control a DD Pendulum monster card, you can special summon it, and then when it's normal or special summoned, it can increase its level by 2. So this can be 4, and this means we no longer have to play Cerberus, which can modulate the levels, so that's nice. And then the 1-0s, we have 1 Necro Slime. This is kind of the best card in the game. If you get hand trapped, but this is in your graveyard, you win the duel, because you can just extend so much just off of Necro Slime. 1 Lance Soldier. This is basically replaced Lamia. Does the same thing, the tuner that brings itself back, and then with Clovis you can summon it even when it's banished. Defense Soldier is really an optional card. I did choose to play it because I have one, and it did actually come up. The effect to summon out of the Pendulum Zone didn't come up that much, but the graveyard effect to recycle stuff did, because one of the things you'll notice in this deck is that sometimes you'll want a Pendulum summon, but all your Pendulums will be in your grave because they were underneath your Xyz monsters. So it's really helpful. 1 Copernicus, also level 4. It's a Foolish Burial. And then Orthros, level 4 tuner. And then Ragnarok, which is basically just, it's a monster reborn in the scale, and it's a monster reborn on summon. Then at locals, I only played 1 Dark Contract with a Zero King, but in this profile I have 3. These were DD Crows at locals, but the DD Crow, I don't think I played either of the DD Crows. I just wanted more consistency. This is not a bad card to draw. It's actually pretty good, so I chose to play 3. It's basically Zodiac Barrage. You can target a DD card you control, and then on resolution you destroy it and summon a DD from deck, so it can pop itself because of that. And the last DD card is DD Headhunt. I chose not to play Witch. I think Witch is better, but I think this is easier to resolve. I find a lot of the times I just don't have a card to discard for Witch, and it's really unfortunate that the card has to be sent from your hand and it can't be from your field. But Headhunt is really good. You can take your opponent's stuff and then make Mashinex with it, which is really nice. And then for the non-engine, you can really play anything. I would probably move things around the next time I play it, but I played 3 Ash, 3 Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell's been very, very good recently. Played 3 Imperm, which is nice. And then I played 3 Super Poly, which I did not resolve a single time. I've seen some builds play heavy poly, so like you go second and you make the big guy, which I would consider. But yeah, this probably could have been a different card. You probably could add more space in your extra deck. And the last card is Called by the Grave, because this is a very combo heavy deck, so stopping hand traps is important. Then for the extra deck, we have the 2 Super Belly targets, Guru and Mud Dragon. Didn't summon either. 1 Flame King Genghis, you only need 1. You used to play 2, because you could make the first one, make the second one, and then make Wave High King. But we have a new level 6 in First King Clovis, which this and Lance have basically just power crept Lamia and Alexander completely. If this is summoned, you can target a banished DD, or if you control a Dark Contract, you can target a DD in your grave and summon it to your field. So you'll usually use this to... Sometimes you'll use this to bring back Lance Soldier and then go into Siegfried, or sometimes you'll bring back something else, make something else with that, and then overlay these 2 for Wave High King. But after that, play 1 Caesar. It searches a Dark Contract when it's sent from the field to the grave, which is really nice, but it's also important as another level 4, because we're also running Solomon. You'll usually summon Solomon first, and this can search a DD card, and then with the new big guy, and this guy, and then I think Sage King Alfred, which is going to come out in Burst Protocol, they all get effects if they're banished, and they help out the big guy a lot. But yeah, a second rank 4 is nice. 1 Marksman King Tell, really good. Unfortunate that this card has like 2 printings and it's like a $7 rare. I probably won't be buying another one, but it'd be really nice to have a second one because it does come up. And of course, Wave High King Caesar, the card that's somehow managed to just escape this deck. 2 level 6 Fiends is actually pretty generic these days, which is kind of crazy. And then 2 Mashaneks. This is kind of, because I'm playing 2, that's kind of why the Caesar is important. You can kind of just go into this, maybe on like a turn 3 or turn 4. And then 2 Gilgamesh to set your scales, and then 1 Sky King Zeus Ragnarok. I kept forgetting to use the effect he has, the second effect to negate hand traps. I would just let them resolve because I was just so focused on that second pendulum summon. And then the final card, the new guy. You banish 4 different fiends: Ephesian, Synchro, Xyz, and Link. He can attack everything. He negates everything. Believe when you banish this guy, he gains an effect. He basically becomes a Flame Wingman. If he destroys a monster, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. And then with Clovis, I believe he gets piercing. Yeah, he does piercing. And then Sage King Alfred, we don't have that card yet, but I think Sage King Alfred can reset your contracts, which is cool, but thematically it doesn't really fit with the others, because the whole point of this, making this, is like you're closing out the game. But yeah. And then really quickly, for anyone who cares, the side deck: 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Feather Duster, and 3 Evenly Matched. Kind of just, I guess 9 going second cards, board breaking stuff. I've encountered some issues with some continuous spells at my local, so that's why the Cosmic Cyclones are in there. And then the Nibiru and Droll were kind of just high impact hand traps. If I had them all Charmies, I probably would have played them, but I am waiting for the Legendary 5Ds collection to become more accessible, and then I'll probably get my copies of those Charmies. But that is the profile. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. What decks have you guys been playing recently? Would you be interested in playing DDD? What are your thoughts on the new support? Leave it in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.